Hey everybody, I'm Lala and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my red wine. Yes, you guys, it's grape red wine. I'm going to show you guys how I make it, and in another video I'll show you what I did with it, and then we can go from there. You could either drink this wine or you can do what I did with it, which is, you know, your choice. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys how I did this. I did this two ways actually. One way in my a smaller batch, and then I did a larger batch, which is what I used to do my experiment with. Anyways, you guys, stay tuned for this one. You're not going to want to miss this. Okay, see you soon. Okay, you guys, so I'm starting with my my smaller batch here, my Welch's grape juice. I'm using a 1.36 liter juice, and I'm gonna list everything in the description box below. So I'm using a funnel, my trusty funnel, in my balloon. I've already poked holes in there, in my yeast, my traditional yeast, my sugar, and I have a glass cup right there that I'm gonna pour some of that juice off. Okay, make sure you pour some of that juice off, because you have to add the sugar, which will rise that juice in the bottle, so you have to pour some off. Okay, if you have a room when you're done all of that, then you can add some of the juice back, which you'll see me doing. But if not, just leave it as is. Okay, by the way, you don't have to use the same amount of sugar I use. After you pour some of that juice off, I'm gonna be tasting my juice, as you can see there, to make sure the amount of sugar that I'm putting is not way too much or too little. Because if I do that, if I put too little, I'll be getting a drier wine than what I wanted. If not, I'll be getting a sweeter wine, which is what I don't want. I'm an in-between person. I don't like it too dry and I don't like it too sweet. So yeah, so basically I added my sugar. If you have seen my other wine videos, you know this step already. I've added my sugar and I'm shaking the crap out of it just to just to dissolve it. And yeah, just shake it until you know it's dissolved enough, and then you're gonna add your yeast to that. Okay, and then you're gonna shake that up again so the yeast gets hydrated. Okay, please be aware that this juice it froths up a little bit when you shake it, so don't pour back too much of that juice. I did make that mistake, you guys. I should have stopped right there, but I poured more. So make sure it's way down below, because that froth, it did get up into my balloon, which caused me a little bit of problem. Not too much, but you know, some of that yeast is also in that froth, so you have to be careful when you're doing this one. Okay, another method I did, which I wish I could have shown you guys when I was doing my 2 liter, is that I poured it in a bowl, poured everything in a bowl, stir it, and then pour it in my funnel in the bottle. But I lost that clip. I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyways, let me show you my 2 liter.
Okay, you guys, so it's been about a week and a half for me, and my wine is done. I've doubled the recipe, so now I have about 2 liters of wine here. There's a lot of sediment at the bottom. Yeah, there's a lot of sediment. So I've used my gallon jug for this, and I've used this contraption here. I don't remember what it's called, but you'll know when it's ready if it stopped bubbling. And if you're not sure about this part, right around where the wine stops, that will stop bubbling as well. If you look really closely, you'll see little tiny bubbles. That means it's still fermenting, so it's not ready. Sometimes I have to take a really good look and just stoop down a little bit just to really see for a few minutes if this is actually bubbling or not. So when it really slows down, you definitely know that it's almost done, but not completely done. Now mine is not bubbling at all, so it's pretty much done. All right, so I'm gonna pour this off in a container because I have only my 1 liter jugs here, and this won't be enough. This won't be enough to hold all of my liquid, and I don't want to turn the bottle this way and then flip back this way, because then it will interrupt the sediments in the bottle, which will get everything mixed up together. So I rather pour it off in a container, and then I will portion it out. Oh, sorry. Then I will portion it out in my 1 liter mason jars. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this thing here. Actually, let me remove the thing here first. See, the water is still in there. Right, then I'll just, yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to pour this off. Give it a smell. Okay, so I'm gonna pour it off, leaving the sediment in the bottom. Okay. I'm gonna switch sides because I can't really see. So some of my sediment has been interrupted, so I'm gonna be losing some wine here, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna portion them out and then leave them in the fridge, and yeah, pretty much I'm gonna let them settle a little bit more, and then I could do my experiment from there. I actually want to taste this first. I want to taste it to make sure it's at the level where I wanted it to be. Wow. Okay. It's good for drinking. I don't mind this level of sweetness for drinking, but for what I needed it to, like what I want to do with it, I might have to make it a bit sweeter. Or maybe I just leave it as is, because I will be adding fruits to this, or adding this to fruits. So the fruit has its own sugar, so that might be okay. But I'm gonna do my experiment with this when I buy my dried fruits, so we'll see how that goes. If you guys are watching for the first time, welcome, and I really do appreciate you guys. And for the people that have been watching me for a while now, from the beginning, from the get-go, from the grimy, I mean, I really do appreciate you guys, and I hope that you keep watching. Okay, I'm gonna put it all the way up there. I can't wait till I get to the point where I could do giveaways and stuff like that. I always see other YouTubers do it, but I'm not at the point yet. But God's willing, I will be sometime soon. We'll see. All right, I got my 2-liter wine here. I think I need to recap these. It does not feel right. Maybe my lid is a little bit dented. Yeah. There you go. See? Nice grape wine. Oh, and the picture on here is very fitting too. Perfect. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to put these in the freezer, not the freezer, the fridge, to let the sediment settle down a little bit more in there, and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing with them next. All right, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.